Hello and welcome to Sobricks. I'm Adam and this is Sobricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Disney Princess Mini Disney Palace of Agrabah. This is set number 40613. It has 506 pieces and I paid $40 for this set. Now, I did really enjoy the mini haunted mansion. I thought I liked it well enough, but I really liked the mini Disney castle. I actually really loved that set, and I'd like architecture sets and the very small scale stuff like the most recent Hogwarts Castle and Grounds and stuff like that. So I like working at this scale, and I love Aladdin. It's a great movie, and so I was pretty interested in this set. Plus $40 for 500 pieces, even if they're kind of small, seemed like a good value. I think the Haunted Mansion set, the mini one, has been on sale for quite some time, which is also pretty interesting. And then I didn't realize it until now that this is kind of under the Disney Princess branding here, and the box to me looks very similar to the Disney 100 box, but this does not have the Disney 100 on it at all, which I guess I'm a little surprised by, because I thought they were still making stuff with the Disney 100 on it. So this one does not for whatever reason, and that's kind of interesting. But either way, in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build process for this Lego Disney Mini Palace of Agrabah set, I wanted to take a minute to say thanks for watching, and then to remind you that if you haven't already, maybe consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the Lego reviews I'll be doing here in the future. And then I thought I would take some time to kind of talk about the build here and some other things that I don't know if I covered in my review. So as you can see, we start out laying out a base with various size plates and the solid black border of tiles around the outside. I thought that this set was going to be very similar in size, at least the base of it, the footprint of it, to be similar to the mini Disney Castle and the mini Disney Haunted Mansion. And when I looked at it after the fact, it's actually a decent amount bigger than those sets, at least the footprint is. So I thought that was interesting to make note of. This one I think had the fewest pieces out of all of them, and it didn't come with a minifigure, which I will mention a bunch more times during the review. So interesting to see that it does have that bigger footprint. I still think it looks really, really nice next to those other ones, so I'm still happy to display these, and I hope Lego and Disney make more kind of miniaturized versions because I love building at this scale. We're working on building kind of the next level up here. There's some nice uses of colors, some nice stuff put at an angle, and then we're on to the final bag of pieces. Look at all that gold. I was so happy to see so much drum lacquered gold for all these different towers and columns and pillars and all this different stuff. So that was a real treat, and I ended up liking this set, but stay tuned for the rest of my review. So now we can just watch the rest of the build video and then onto my review for this set. Thanks. Okay, so that is this Lego Disney Mini Disney Palace of Agrabah set. I really enjoyed this, and before we dive into everything here, I did want to talk about the instruction manual because I thought it was interesting. I mentioned this in a video that'll either come out before or after this. I'm not sure which order I'll release them, but I built this set around the same time I built the Lego Star Wars Holiday Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama, and both of these sets did not have a QR code to scan for insiders points. Now, as I understood it, it was like most sets after 2018 were going to have that, but these did not. And these are new sets, and I'm wondering if that's maybe because they're Lego exclusive, so Lego already knows, and they figure if someone's buying this, someone's not going to be able to buy this from Walmart or Target or any of the other major retailers or something like that, so they don't need to put that on there because you can only get it through Lego. But then I also wonder, like, if someone gets it through Lego and then sells it on in the aftermarket, then there's no way to like scan it in for somebody. So it's a little bit interesting. Would have liked those to have those, because 20 insiders points is 20 insiders points. But besides that, we can take a look at this set. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I really, really liked the mini Disney Castle. I thought the Haunted Mansion was interesting and pretty good, but I didn't love it. This I like a lot. I think it's up there with the Disney Castle. And the first thing I want to say is that the Haunted Mansion and the Disney Castle both came with minifigures. This one does not. There are no minifigures in this set, and I think that's an oversight. I think there should be. And it doesn't matter to me if it's Aladdin or a genie or Jasmine or Jafar or just the Sultan or any other character from Aladdin. I would really, really like to have a minifigure in here. Now, part of the deal with those other two is there's kind of maybe a place to put them. I think there could have been a place to put a minifigure on here. I think they could have easily put it somewhere on the edge, but no minifigures. I think that's a real bummer. But as we can see, this has kind of the black edge kind of border like a diorama set might have, or like a architecture set might have or something. And then inside of that, we have kind of the inner wall here, which uses these like nice corner wall pieces, which these white pieces are used a lot in the Magic Maze set there, which is interesting. We have some big black plates for the base of this, so you can kind of get the size there. Around the base, we have different pillars, different columns of different sizes and heights and shapes and tiers and stuff. Really small ones, really big ones. There's some vague kind of slight, I think, impressions of like land or sand or greenery or brown stuff or trees, I think, are some of this stuff. So they use a piece that I thought was really interesting use. This kind of like leafy, petally looking piece. I've seen it used a bunch of different ways. I don't know what it was initially, but like for the Pyramid of Giza architecture set, these were used as like really tiny sails on a sailboat. I think here they are intended to be plant life of some kind, and I think that's good. And now I'm not going to be able to get this one back in here. There we go. So there's some of those throughout. You can see a little bit over here, over here, over here, and towards the back. So that's nice. And then you start kind of building up this palace with all these different sections. And first, right out the gate, I think this looks really good. I think it looks the part. I think Agrabah is kind of an amalgamation of different types of cultures and architecture styles. So there's things in this that feel very Taj Mahal on some levels. There's things that feel very well, I don't know what different empires they would be, but there's some of this feels like South Asian. Some of this feels like Middle Eastern stuff. I think Agrabah is kind of supposed to be a vague amalgamation of a bunch of different places, or just a completely made up place, a mythical place. But I think there is undeniably some architectural influence, or was some architectural influence from various places, various real life things in the design of this when they initially made it. And I think that totally comes through here. So I think this is great. The colors are really nice. Oh, we do get a nice little lily, or so you're up here, like a fountain or something. The colors are really nice. There's no stickers. I love the use of the gold. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kind of, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of one size of these kind of towers with the top. Two of this size, which are a little bit bigger, a little bit different. One of the really big ones. And then we have a bunch of really small ones, which are all just kind of variations on each other. They do have a couple different building choices, different piece usages, different colors a little bit, like the color up around the underside of this one and this one versus like the ones over here or over here. I think that's true for the one on the back as well. And as we go around, this feels very finished, very cool. The building down here is like some studs on the side and then different stuff to make kind of like windows or pillars or different things. It reminded me a lot of like the White House architecture sets. That's a very architecture type thing there. Same with the back. We have kind of like a courtyard, different area with some like candlestick looking things that are not the candlestick piece there. Different kind of towers, different rooms, different stuff. So it's a giant castle. And there is a door in a nice color there as well. It doesn't open or close really, but it's a nice little piece there. I love how these steps were made. You can see they're kind of loose a little bit. There's a little bit of movement, but those are made in a really interesting way. And I think the effect is really nice for like super micro scale. It's cool to do steps like this. I can't remember if the Trafalgar Square did them exactly like this or not. Architecture set. I think I have done steps like this before in another set. Just can't remember which one it is. And it's essentially just a bunch of, actually, let's see if I can get this out of here. These pieces, and they're not studded down really. They're kind of put like this, and then they overlap each other, and then they have something they're pressed up against and something that goes up behind them that kind of keeps everything together. So it's just several of these layered on top of each other that make up these steps, which I think is a really good design, which is excellent. I love the fact that this is a print. The Disney Castle, Mini Disney Castle, and the Haunted Mansion both had stickers, and some of them were stickers for like internal details that were kind of hard to see. This one doesn't have any real internal details or anything hidden as far as I could tell in the build experience. They could have made this a sticker. They did not. That is printed, which is really lovely. Iconic scene happens there. We do have the really nice brick built magic carpet, which I think is, and the lamp there, which I think are iconic and come through really well, and they read really well. I don't think they're a suitable replacement for a minifig. And then I'm just so pleased to get all of these pieces in the like drum lacquered gold. I don't know if they specifically did any recolors for this. I have a feeling they may have. I know like these probably did, some of these disc pieces did, but I'm not sure about all of them and these bigger ones and stuff. So those look really good. I always love getting the drum lacquered gold and silver and kind of chromed out metallic looking pieces. These gold ones are really, really striking. The Disney Castle, Mini Disney Castle used a lot of like the new kind of satin, translucent, opalescent, pearlescent stuff, as well as some like pearl gold and stuff like that. This one uses a lot of pearl gold, but also the drum lacquered gold. It is a little weird that like these ice cream tops for the top of pillars are the pearl gold, which are different, noticeably different. I think that's probably a piece that they can't really do drum lacquered as well as like metallic gold like this one. I'm not positive. Maybe they could, but I don't think so. And either way, you know, that's a little bit interesting, but I think the color blocking is really nice. And this is just a great little display thing. And again, I think I said this with the Haunted Mansion and with the Mini Disney Castle, and it remains true with this because I'm someone who's a fan of dioramas. I'm a fan of micro scale stuff like this, or like the most recent Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle and Grounds set. I'm a fan of architecture sets. I like doing these. I think they look nice, and they're really, really great. So I think this is awesome. I think it looks terrific. There's some great parts in here, and it's really, really nice. I think this should have a minifigure. Just putting the one minifigure in there adds a lot, I think. And, you know, the kind of zombie or like dead person butler or whatever was in the Haunted Mansion's not like a character that it's like, oh, I gotta have that, but it does add a lot. And even if this one wasn't that kind of character, I mean, I think it should have been, but that would have been really, really cool, and I think is sorely missed here. So that's a real bummer. But the actual build of the castle, I think, is really, really well done, and I really liked putting it together, and I think it looks great. I just wish it had a minifigure. We can look at the extra pieces here. So you get those pearl gold top pieces, couple open studs, and then your 1x1s, your plates, your tiles, little bar elements in there. Not too many. There's a good amount of small pieces in here, but this is all we get for the extras. And this set is 506 pieces, and it is $40. And I think that's a pretty good value, all things considered. The mini Disney Haunted Mansion, I think, is more pieces than this, but there's a lot more like repetition, and it's just kind of it's not as like interesting. There's not the drum lacquered stuff. So you know, and that one did come in with a minifigure, but that one has like 680 pieces or something like that, even though it's roughly the same size, like same scale. For the most part, they just use a lot more pieces to do a lot more repetitive things. But that one's been pretty consistently on sale for 30% off, which brings it down to like $28. That set for $28, I think, is actually like a really good deal. I mean, almost 700 Lego pieces for $28. But this one and the Disney Castle, I think, also, one moment. The Disney Castle came with a minifigure, and it's very similar to this. That one was 567 pieces. I believe I may have gotten that one on sale as well. So this one has the fewest pieces out of the three of these so far, and it doesn't have a minifigure. So that's a bummer. That might mean in comparison, this isn't that good a value. Aladdin was one of my favorite movies growing up, Disney movies, that is, Disney animated movies. I mean, I've seen the live action one and it's okay. But I really, really liked the one from the 90s, and this felt really good for me for there. I liked the display sets, kind of adult-oriented sets or older audience sets, such as this, which is really nice. I think the value's still here. I think this is good value. Should have had a minifigure in it. That would have made it better. The other ones are better value. The Haunted Mansion, even though it's not as interesting, it doesn't look as cool, it's a more tedious build, you know, I think that's got great value, especially on the sale. The mini Disney Castle, I think, has really awesome value, especially because all those like opalescent, satin, translucent parts. This one's got a ton of gold, which is awesome, and then just a bunch of white, which is still okay. So it's fine. I think it looks really good. I think it looks really, really nice. So I'm pleased with it. The value is, I still think the value is overall pretty fair, all things considered, but I really, really enjoyed it. I just wish it had a minifigure, and I don't know how many times I need to repeat that, but that's keeps popping into my head. So anyway, great set. Not perfect, but I liked building it and I liked talking about it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. And if you like my other videos here, subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more miniature stuff like this, architecture stuff, small scale stuff, big scale stuff, Disney stuff, all different Lego themes, all different sets, all different shapes, sizes, price points, and piece counts, tons of different stuff from all different age ranges. So subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you want to support this channel, you can do that right here through YouTube with memberships and supers and thanks. And I also have the Patreon, which is in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So consider checking that out. Every little bit helps and it is appreciated. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.